Hello everybody. Today we are revisiting Ascension in 2024, a map that became one of my favorites in my early to mid-teens. I actually didn't play this map on Black Ops 1 originally, and you might be thinking, well, Apothos, how did you possibly play this map if not in Black Ops 1? Well, I guess it was Black Ops 1. It was Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies, a mobile app. That was my first experience with actually a lot of the Black Ops COD Zombies maps. Basically, I want to say only this one, because I can't remember if Shangri-La was actually on it. Sorry about my voice there. So it might have actually just been this one, but I did play that app a lot, and I want to make a video on that one again. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I made one on the Kino one a while back, and I think it'd be fun to go back and just see all the other maps, see if there were any extra modes or anything I forgot about. But regardless, we're focusing on Ascension today. This is the first map, I believe, that had an actual real Easter egg to it, which is obviously one of the things COD Zombies is known for nowadays. I can't remember what there we go, my crouch key. Make sure we don't get absolutely domed by this thing. I'm pretty sure if we're crouching we're safe, but why not play it safe? Obviously Black Ops 1 is a two-hit down system, so we have to be a little bit more careful at the beginning. This is a map that, despite being known as one of the easiest maps in COD Zombies, I always get a little confused with the building layouts, so I'm probably going to get lost a little bit. I'm trying to remember which way it is that we don't want to open. I think it's the way by Quick Revive. I think that's the one, and you want to be able to camp there and keep the monkeys from being able to get your perks, something like that. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Not the biggest deal in the world. This is map with PhD Flopper. I want to say the first map with both PhD Flopper and Stamina. So we had two perks introduced in this one. It actually makes me really want to use either Mustang and Sally or a ray gun. We'll see if we get the thunder gun. And of course the wonder weapon on this map is the thunder gun. No special wonder weapon on this map, unfortunately. I mean, I guess the ray gun itself is special. Ooh, Gersh devices, maybe are on this map. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're part of the Easter egg. Sorry, I've got a million things running through my head right now. Do I want to go ahead and kill this zombie, or do I want to start opening doors? I know we're playing a little too efficiently for the very beginning. Yeah, this is the way I wanted to go, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. I know there's little secrets and everything, but I'm just not too aware of them. Part of the Easter egg is throwing something over here, if I recall correctly. Obviously, we're not going to be doing the Easter eggs in the revisiting series. This Easter egg also, you can't even do solo. I gotta get power turned on. I'm just completely zoning out here. Here we go. This is what I wanted. MP5K. I was looking for the $1,000 gun. I have a new challenge I did that I want to do. I'm going to be calling it the either cheapskate challenge or something like that. I'm not sure if anyone else has done it. I know there's challenges where you're only allowed to use horrible weapons, and it's kind of a play on that where I'm only allowed to buy weapons that are 1,000 or less on the wall, which is basically just like the crappy SMGs usually. We won't be, even though the box is 950, we wouldn't be allowed to use that. But basically just like a more restricted wall weapons only challenge. Obviously not supposed to be insanely hard. I think we have enough insanely hard challenges. Just a little minor restriction that I think is fun because, you know, how often do you actually pack a punch the MP5K whenever you buy it? You know, not too often. So I just think it'd be fun. I think it'd be a good time. Power is, I know that I'm trying to remember, power's up, right? Power's up there or something like that. Maybe we were supposed to, no, we're not supposed to open that door. That way, I remember now. No, I don't. I don't remember at all. We could go for 2 body shots into a melee, I guess. I think I might have already damaged these ones. We'll see. I don't know what the damage fall off range is on this gun, so at certain ranges it might actually end up being 2 or 3 shots. Because I'm pretty sure the MP5 has a pretty harsh damage fall-off range just because it's it's a short-range gun. That's how it is at the end of the day. Ooh, I also didn't say this at the beginning of the video, but guys, if you've been enjoying the revisiting series, or if you're excited for more, or if you just want to support the channel, please do like, comment, subscribe. It does help out the channel a ton. In fact, if you need a little prompt to be able to comment, let me ask you guys a question. I have been mulling through this, and in the revisiting series, I do want to revisit all of the remakes of the maps, because I think they do all have their own kind of personalities, if that makes sense. Also, very quick, speaking of personality, I love the personality of this map, not necessarily the design per se, but the black and white until you get on power is so insanely cool to me, and I love it so much. But I do think the remakes also have their own personalities. So the question is, okay, so let's say whenever we go and revisit Black Ops 1 Knocked, do we want to do that after Moon, Or do we want to cycle through all of the main maps through Black Ops 4, Cold War, probably all the way through Cold War, and then go back and do the remakes? Or do we want to do all of World at War, all of Black Ops 1, all of Black Ops 2? Because that's what I was kind of thinking, right? But at the same time, I also realized that we just did the World at War maps. I know most people aren't too fond of the World at War maps, but this series is also, you know, you can pick and choose what you watch, I guess is what I mean to say, because I want to go through all of them. I want to go into whatever the next COD Zombies game with you guys, being as well informed to be able to give my takes and opinions on this possible. That's kind of the point of this series, is so whenever the game comes out, and I do probably give some criticism, at least I know, and at least you guys know that, well, I've done my research. I've made sure that I know what I like in Call of Duty Zombies. I've been playing it for a while, and I specifically went through and revisited all the maps just to make sure I knew what I was talking about, to at least some degree. Now, I'm only human. Here's my favorite thing to say. It's a quote that I learned. Also, look at the FOV glitch, by the way. You can see like part of the death machine is just missing. It's because of raising your FOV above the default on Black Ops 1. But obviously content creators contradict themselves all the time. Almost every human does, because that's just kind of what we do. Especially when you have to talk all the time as content creators. It's kind of the job is, well, keep yapping, you know what I mean? Maybe it's that door we're not supposed to open. We're supposed to open the one by Quick Revive. I can't remember. But you obviously will end up contradicting ourselves. And I think it's I can't remember the name. I don't want to sound stupid saying it wrong. But basically, the quote, and this is something I had to, we did it in my college humanities class. We went over this entire work, I believe. We went over a lot of, not necessarily, I don't know if you consider it modern poetry. I'm just going to hit the box here so we don't absolutely get blasted. Please give me a gun. Just any gun. Any gun. Give me a gun. That'll do. Spectre will do. Anyways, the quote is, "Do I contradict myself very well? Then I contradict myself, for I am human, I contain multitudes." We're gonna use the Mustang and Sally here. That was, by the way, that was just me playing very poorly. I wouldn't even say that was a poor display of skill. That was a poor display of thinking and brains. That was entirely me just like putting myself in a bad situation without thinking about it whatsoever. I will absolutely take this gun. This gun is a dream. I would really prefer not to just have the video end here, so I'm gonna push through slowly here, and we're gonna try our best to make sure that we it's the thing. I want to go back and get Quick Revive, and then we can make our way to Jug. I'm trying to remember. Jug is like in that area. I'm just trying to remember one of these two doors I'm not supposed to open, because it lets you protect both Jug and Quick Revive at the same time. But I cannot for the life of me recall. I want to say that I can open this door, right? I can open this, and this should also allow me to get Jug area, but I'm not supposed to open up this door. Yeah, something like that. That seems right to me. That way I can watch both Jug and Quick Revive at the same time, because those are your two most important perks in solo that you don't want the monkeys to steal. Everything else you can kind of let them steal. Obviously you won't get the free perk reward, but it does keep at least your main two perks you need for survival, active. Let's go ahead and reload here. Speed cola is going to be a big priority with this gun, because, ooh, Nelly, is it take a minute to reload? We got to make sure we're picking good opportunities to reload this thing. A little bit of Call of Duty reloading, reloading with that 64 bullets still left in the magazine kind of thing. Oh man, boys, it has been insanely stormy where I live. It's been insanely stormy across a lot of the eastern U.S. East Coast, Beast Coast. That's what I hear they say. We got Mr. Beast over here. I only reason I say this because I heard someone say like West Coast, Best Coast. I was like, what rhymes with East? Beast? Anyone saying East Coast, Beast Coast? But anyways, I've been under like a constant tornado warning, severe thunderstorm warning. So hopefully like power doesn't go out while I'm recording. That'd be a complete nightmare. I don't know when the first monkey round is either, by the way. It's right now actually. So what we'll do is I can just, I'm actually gonna buy Jug just because I feel like the monkeys actually do a lot of damage. I feel like they could absolutely two-shot me, and I'd really rather not go down to them right now. We can see our perks above our the round number, and from there we'll be able to see where the monkeys are targeting, which perk they're targeting. I'm trying to think. I'm probably gonna keep the RPK, right? I'm going to keep the RPK, and we won't use the M1911 this time around, or the Mustang and Sally with PhD. Well, I don't know. I really do want to use it. But, so the question then is, do I just give up getting the Thunder Gun? We got the Thunder Gun in the Keynote or Toten video, so I'm kind of fine with if we don't end up getting the Thunder Gun. I do want to try to get the Wonder Weapon on every map, but this map doesn't have an iconic Wonder Weapon. We could get the Gersh device, but I don't care so much about the utility ones. I didn't even see that they were already on it. There we go. Do we not get it? Maybe they can't touch it at all. Maybe that's the way it works. Again, I can't remember. It doesn't matter too much. But gun situation. We could get Mule Kick, I guess, as one of our perks, and we could do all three, but that seems kind of lame. I'm just not a big Mule Kick guy. I think the most important thing to me for this map would be using PhD with the Mustang and Sally. I think that'd be my equivalent of a Wonder Weapon, because this was the first map where you could do that. Now, obviously, because we're on Ascension, let's do the dang Ascension thing. I think our perks also are going to be, if we're using the Mustang and Sally, then we don't need double tap, because we don't care about firing faster. So I'm gonna go Stamina, because Stamina is a goated perk, and we're gonna go PhD. We won't be using Speed Cola because pistols reload decently quickly, and it's pretty much as simple as that. Now we do need, the issue is once we get the Mustang and Sally, points are going to become very hard to come by, but luckily we won't need points too much since we're not going to be going for the Thunder Gun or anything like that. So it should work out decently well. But yeah, the thunder and everything has been horrifying lately. Oh my god, horror story time, absolute horror story. So my grandparents live about 3 minutes down from where we're at right now, which is my wife's grandparents' house, while we're temporarily, you know, relocating and all this fun stuff. And so we get a tornado warning, and if you don't know, the difference between a watch and a warning is a watch means the conditions are right for a tornado to form. A tornado warning means that based on the radar, a tornado is currently forming or has touched down, or there's a radar confirmed tornado. Basically, it means, hey, things could happen, and now things are happening. So we got the things are happening alert, and this house, I mean, to me, from the outside, everything looks like a house, but it's also like, it doesn't have a proper foundation. It's like, it's not a trailer by any means, but it's like a mobile home. I don't know how to describe it. I do quite like it, but it doesn't have a solid foundation. And my other grandparents, they have a basement, they have a cellar. So we go over there to, because my thinking is, well, if it's between here and 3 minutes away, we're probably screwed already. So I'm gonna get in the car, we're gonna go over there, and we go over there, and we kind of wait out the worst of it. And at that point, whenever we left, about 2 hours later, we were no longer in dire risk of a tornado. It had gone back down from a warning to a watch, and it was just absolutely pouring. Could not see almost anything. The rain was just insane, absolutely insane. Also, to get Pack-a-Punch, don't we have to do the lunar landers? I'm just now remembering this. I'd completely forgotten. I have got to be... Alright, you know what? We're just going to end the round. I don't care too much. It'll be okay. We'll make it through. So we have zero visibility whatsoever of where we're going. So we get in the car, soaking wet, we run to it, and I turn on my brights, because my brights let me see further away. And we're on a little side road, kind of in the countryside, I guess is how you'd say it, what you would call it. This story scares me, and it's hard to see the road directly in front of me, but I can see further out ahead of me. There's nothing further ahead of me, just road. And so I swapped to my low lights for a bit, and by a bit I mean literally 3 seconds. I swapped to my lights for 3 seconds. I'm like, well, I can see the road in front of me a bit more clear, but I can't see. I'm gonna go down here trying to tell this story. Oh, I can jump off here. Oh, this really is like a super safe training spot. Why did that zombie just stop? How weird. How interesting the way the AI works in this game. Dude, they are just coming from every single direction though, huh? Go ahead and mow these guys down. There shouldn't be too many zombies on round 10. So I turn on my low lights, and I'm like, well, I can see the road a bit better, but I can't see really too far in front of me at all, so I'd rather be able to see further in front of me, and I can tell good enough where the road is. And the moment I turn on my brights, right in front of us, just barely to the side, in the middle of pouring rain, constant thunder and lightning, is a human. And I immediately scream. I full on scream. Because again, I turn off my brights, turn them back on, and boom, a human in the middle of this horrifying storm. And I scream, my wife screams because I scream, and my wife just says drive, because she thought he was walking towards us. I think he was walking along the side of the road. But oh my god, I have seldom been so scared in my entire life. Now, I'm a little worried about getting trapped on these stairs. I want to say we only have these 2 left. I'm actually going to go ahead and buy a different gun and swap out the RPK. I think I might actually just go back to the MP5 for now, rather than keeping hitting the box. Just because I want to be able to get all these landers and everything done. I can just keep telling me little story while we're going along here. But yeah, so there's a human. I floor it. I feel bad because maybe, you know, maybe that person. Here's the thing. They were. I don't know how it could. Obviously, like, there's a homeless issue in a lot of places in the U.S., right? But in most of the time in my area, the homeless issue is in the countryside, not so much the. What am I doing? Do I want stamina up right now? I want to make sure I get. We can go up my stamina up. So it's like I don't think this person is homeless because I've never really seen any homeless people in this particular area. Is this an actual door? Yeah, it is. This is where one of my other landers is. So I don't know. Again, we didn't have a tornado touch ground where we're at. It was it actually touched ground a good bit below us. So I don't think there was any damage from the storm that was the reason why they were out there. But regardless, I you know, in a different world, you know, I would have loved to be able to help them and get them out of the rain. But it scared me so bad because, you know, this is a very tense situation. Again, pouring down rain, constant thunder and lightning, and just seeing a human. I feel bad that I just zoomed past him. But like, oh my, it was just so horrifying. It was seeing them pop out of nowhere. It was genuinely, it was no different than a horror movie. And even right now, looking back on it, it sends shivers down my spine. Like, also, apparently they installed new tornado sirens in my area because I'd never heard tornado sirens again. So like, whenever we first got the warning, I stepped outside. And it wasn't just like thunder booming, there was a constant thunder rumble that never stopped. The lightning also never stopped the entire night. The lightning was just going constantly. So you know, they said whenever a train is coming, you hear a train. So I was like, we got that warning, I was like, the tornado is here. That's what this must be. But it wasn't, luckily, the tornado was not there. It was just the way it was. I don't know, it was such a horrifying night. And whenever I was a kid, the area I used to live, which is different than where it is now, we had a really, really, really bad storm. It was when I was in elementary school. And there were, I want to say, you know, over 100 tornadoes that ended up forming during that storm. And it really traumatized a lot of the people I grew up with. I remember my parents putting me in the bathtub, putting a mattress over it, and I remember hearing them say the clouds above us are rotating. And they were trying to figure out what to do because the clouds directly above our home were rotating. It actually caused a tree to fall on our home. So it was horrifying. I don't do great in storms because of having gone through that as a kid. It's just not something I love. So everything mixed together just made it for a absolutely horrifying night. But at the end of the day, everything is okay. My wife and I are okay. The babies, the animals, they're okay. All family is okay. So I'm happy about all of that. You know, just man, what an eventful thing. In other news, you guys like Godzilla? Like I mentioned in the last video, or I don't know the exact where they're coming out, but I've been watching 3D movies in VR a lot lately because I didn't know it was a thing you could do, and I've always loved 3D movies. I genuinely, every time I go to see a movie in theaters, I prefer to see it in 3D. Also, we're not going to be able to blow up the rocket. I'm sorry, I can't unless I get like the ray gun. Well, no. Wait a minute. I don't have to launch the rocket to get to Pack-a-Punch, do I? Can I launch the rocket after Pack-a-Punch? I'm trying to remember the exact way this works. We'll figure it out. We'll scope the area. So that's all done. But I feel like if we launch the rocket, I have to have the ray gun or like a grenade launcher. I want to be able to explode it, but I just don't know how I'll be able to. Anyways, as a kid, I loved like Godzilla stuff. I had a game where it was like a lot of Godzilla fighters, and me and my cousins would play that. I want to say on the PS2. Maybe it was the original Xbox. Maybe it was on both. I don't remember. But I loved it and everything. I think we're going to have to launch the rocket. I really want to be able to blow up the rocket. I'm trying to think about the best way I can go about this. What we'll do, I don't know. I think it just might be a no blow up rocket angle, unfortunately. I don't think you can do it with ballistic weapons, can you? Nah, we'll let the rocket go up. Unlucky, but I really do not care to just spam hit the box for a ray gun. No. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I do think we'll go ahead and end this round. We'll save the rocket blast for once we have enough points to actually pack a punch. Dude, I walked into that. You know what? Ooh. You know, if there is a way to do it with a ballistic weapon, I guess we're going to figure out. Wait, no. This death machine you can't even interact with things with. Okay, I was going to be like, I'll start it. I'll run up there and I'll start it and this, that, and the other. But no, that's not going to happen. Let's go watch Quick Revive and Jug, and we'll just hope Santa doesn't get taken. If Santa gets taken, I won't sweat it too much. I can't go this way, can I? Oh my gosh, this is a nightmare situation. Anyways, so Godzilla and then VR movies. So back in 2020, I want to say I watched I think it's called the Monsterverse. I watched Godzilla and then Godzilla King of Monsters, and I really enjoyed both of them. Now, but as a kid though, I didn't actually like King Kong too much. And I actually, literally before recording this, I just finished watching King Kong Skull Island. I'll start taking stamina, but like you said, that's okay. In VR. And I loved Godzilla and Godzilla King of Monsters. I'm very excited to watch Godzilla versus King Kong. But I'll try not to spoil it too much, but King Kong Skull Island is much more of a horror movie. That is a horrifying movie. And I don't mean like as in it's actually like super scary. I just mean like I was just looking for big old monsters firing lasers and screaming at each other. And half of that movie is just like them trying to survive on this absolutely hellish landscape island. And it was just like, man, this is not the vibes for me. But I'm very excited to watch the Godzilla vs. King Kong, and then the new one that just came out where it's like I don't know. I think they team up. I think they team up in Godzilla vs. King Kong as well. I don't know. I haven't seen it. But I'm very excited for it. If you guys have any like 3D movie recommendations, I would this is a nightmare situation. I've just realized we have no more ammo. I'm just gonna have to knife them, I guess. Oh my god, we lost Quick Revive. Oh my god, we lost Quick Revive. Hold. Bad. Very bad. Very bad. Give me Quick Revive. I'm gonna have to buy the M14. Wow, I'm absolutely throwing, huh? Now, here's the thing. I think it didn't actually take my Quick Revive. No, it did. Quick Revive machine is gone. Quick Revive machine is gone. I was like, the Quick Revive machine didn't leave, so we should be good. Man, these monkeys are miserable, huh? This is an absolute blast. I think I missed every single shot there. If you guys have any good movie recommendations, maybe movies that you guys saw in 3D in theaters, I'd absolutely love to know, because I'm trying to get more into movies. I'm on my Northern Lion grind here. I've got to educate myself culturally if I plan to be uploading every other day. I got to have things to talk to you guys about. And I keep up with the entertainment industry, but I don't know. I've never been a big movies guy. Movies, this kind of sounds so stupid. Movies give me a little bit of anxiety, man. I'm a little anxious guy. I'm not gonna lie. I get anxiety, and I'm not even gonna lie. I had to watch King Kong Skull Island in 3 parts because I was like, I'm gonna get to see King Kong fight some things, and all of a sudden, minor spoiler alert, King Kong messes up a lot of military helicopters. And I was like, I don't like this. I don't want to see him fight the humans. Like, I don't know. I never watched Godzilla. Like, I know like cities get destroyed and stuff, but it's never like graphic. People aren't getting impaled and cut in half. I'm just a little anxious boy. I don't care for all that stuff. Apparently, interestingly, I saw this on the Discussing Film Twitter. Apparently, like, sex in movies has gone down considerably, which I don't think is a bad thing. I think, like, obviously, I'm gonna avoid saying the word too much just because I know I have a younger audience. Or I don't have a younger audience, but the YouTube algorithm doesn't like it too much saying certain words. But adult acts can be very beneficial to a plot. I just don't like whenever it's in excess. I think that's actually the majority opinion of a lot of people, at least a lot of the younger generation. And I think it's because, well, we grew up with easier access to certain things, to the point where we don't need it in every single scene. But obviously it can be used for, creating emotional tension, creating all kinds of important effects. So it's like, I'm obviously never ever gonna say like I'm not gonna go all Puritan on you, being like, look, this shouldn't be movies at all. I just like whenever it's actually useful for the story, useful for the plot, and not just fan service. Actually, one of the biggest issues I have with like anime is like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I cannot stand fan service. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of it. We should be able to actually pack a punch now. I'm gonna, rebuy this. That way I can try to mow down a bit more of these guys. Oh, we can make a crawler. We're on Black Ops 1. Hold up. Let's do that. I don't get to make crawlers too much because obviously in the newer games it's not actually like a thing you can do where it works decently at all. But yeah, so anyways, the reason I'm saying this is like, I'm just not a big fan of like insane graphical stuff. Like the adult action movies doesn't bother me at all. Like if I'm watching with family, it'll like make me a little uncomfortable. Like whenever there's like a scene like that with like my parents or something, it makes me a little bit like uncomfortable. But I'm not like, it doesn't make me anxious. But I'm just, it's weird because I love playing Mortal Kombat. But Mortal Kombat, I think, is the only thing where I can really stand like super. I know I just ripped a zombie in half, but it's different. They're just zombies. But like I just cannot whenever it comes to actual like, I don't like it in movies. I don't like it. It's just not my thing. See, people just get like, there was a scene of minor spoiler in Kong Island where like there's this spider that has these giant legs that just impels somebody. I'm just like, no, I'm squeamish, man. I don't know. Like it's weird. You can catch me on different days where some days I'll be like, I'm absolutely fine with it, but then some days I'm just like, I can't do it. So I watched Skull Island in 3 parts, but. Yeah, if you guys have any movie recommendations, I would love to hear it. And it's okay if it has like a lot of physical violence in it. Like again, I don't mind physical violence. I'm not a fan of gore. I think gore would be the thing I'm not a fan of that. I don't like the super graphic depictions. I don't mind like, action movies. Like I love action movies. I love action movies. I recently, I say recently, but like a good few years ago, I watched like a lot of the Mission Impossible movies, and I loved those. I've been watching I'm trying to remember the name of the detective. I've been watching is James Bond 007? Yeah, I've been watching the more modern Bond movies, the latest one, where it's the like Casino Royale onwards from the new version of it, and what is it, Skyfall? Anyways, Desert Oasis, something like that. They're good. They're good movies. We do have PhD now, which means no fall damage, I'm pretty sure no like trap damage that's not physical. Like if there are blades, I think we take damage, but if it's electricity, I don't think we do. Also, we create an explosion that deals damage. I believe it's a one-shot till round 15, but I could be wrong on that. We'll see if we can get a nice little PhD kill. I think that'll be fun. But yeah, please, if you guys have any movie recommendations, let me know, and I'll try to just mention a few of the movies I watched, because I don't know, we're gonna have to figure out a lot of things to talk about, but I think it'll be okay. But yeah, if you guys have a VR headset, which I think I think VR is an industry, and like AR for augmented reality is like. I think it's actually growing. For a while, I think it was like a big cope thing to say, to be like, no, it's going to be the future. But now I actually think it is going to be. Because, like, dude, the things I can do in the Quest 3 are so insanely awesome. And if any of you guys want to know how to watch 3D movies in VR, it's pretty simple. Through whatever method you so choose, you can find a 3D movie. The way it works is it's either called side-by-side, over, under, or you have 3D Blu-ray. 3D Blu-ray is a little bit more difficult to work with, so if you're just getting into it, I would recommend avoiding it, and if you get into it enough, you'll be able to kind of figure that out yourself. Basically, once you find a 3D movie, you can, that's like side-by-side or something, you basically can just download the file. So let's say you have I'm trying to think about the best way to. I also don't know how to make enough space between me and these zombies to where this isn't going to be absolutely trolling. There we go. We're only going to do that once. That was the big one. And look, it's even bigger bomb. But you get it. The side-by-side version, you find whatever website you want to download off of. You can look up, like, let's say the Avengers SBS, and that means side-by-side, or the Avengers OU, over under. I think SBS is better. And once you download that file, you can, let's say, either download it directly onto your Quest, and you can watch it in, I think, like Skybox, or what I would prefer to do is I use Big Screen a lot. If you don't have a Big Screen, you can look into that, but I just play it on my computer, and I connect my Quest to my computer. That way, I can have, like, I had a Quest 2, and then we got a Quest 3, so my wife uses the Quest 2, I use the Quest 3, and we watch, we can watch 3D movies together in that. Or, if you're a bit more advanced and you have like a D-Bridge service, or you know how to do web connections, you can download the Blu-ray ISOs and then use an application called 4XVR. That's a bit more complicated. Again, don't worry about that too much. But yeah, if you can find like an SBS or an over-under movie of a movie you like, and then just go into big screen, play it, and then in big screen you can change the settings. Dude, the thunder is shaking the house. That felt like an earthquake. And you can just set it to side by side and watch a movie in 3D. It's absolutely amazing. To me, it is just like watching it in a theater. You have to try it. you have to. I think you can actually watch 3D movies in all kinds of VR. I don't think it has to be like one of the super high quality headsets. I know there's a lot of, you know, cheaper headsets nowadays, and I think you can absolutely do that in that. And it is an experience that I cannot recommend enough to anybody. It is so insanely cool. Coming up on about 30 minutes here. I don't know how far we're gonna go. I mean, look, we're pretty done. I feel like I've showed off most of Ascension. Unfortunately, you know, we weren't able to blow up with the rocket, but it is what it is. I don't care to get the thunder gun too much. I will think I'll swap training locations right quick. There's also the sickle, which is a Bowie knife replacement for this map. That's a really cool melee weapon. It was over by Speed Cola whenever we got the third lander. I'll go ahead and open this up. It's fine. And yeah, it's a fun map. It's an easy map. It's a basic map, but look, it is a good map. The Gersh devices, I also don't care too much about going about. We'll run around here for, we'll see about completing through round 15 and on round 16, I think. I think it was a pretty good time. I know I rambled about a lot of random things, but it's how it be sometimes. This revisiting series, it gives me the opportunity to that. Also, I've been playing Hades a lot lately. Hades has been a lot of fun. Hades has been a good time. The reason I'm playing Hades 1 is because Hades 2 came out, and I never actually got around to playing Hades 1. And I was thinking that maybe Hades 2 would make a good Apothos Unbound game. Thoughts? I don't know. We'll see. It all depends. Right now, my main priority is consistently trying to keep that every other day upload schedule on the main channel. I really want to do that. I'm really trying to commit to it. I think it'll be a big deal in my personal life. Hopefully, it'll make my regular viewers happy seeing the constant content come out. Hopefully, it'll allow me to improve at my craft and become the best content creator that I can be for you guys. This is actually my preferred training location on this map. It's a much faster location. As long as you kind of know what you're doing, you can be pretty comfortable here. I think normally you're not supposed to keep this here. You're supposed to call it somewhere else. Obviously, I'm a little rusty. It's been a little bit, so I'm not doing the perfect train down here. Maybe you are supposed to keep it here. That way the zombies can't cut directly through. I can't remember all the advanced strategies. But yeah, if you get the chance, let me know how you want me to do the remakes of the maps, whether you want me to go back through them all at the end or just continue in a line. I think I want to continue in the order of release date. But who knows, if enough people want me to just skip them, then we'll skip them and come back to them at the end. I don't mind too much. I'm still excited for whenever I end up eventually making a video, my first, quote-unquote, like, gaming news video. I've technically done one in the past where there was some plutonium news, but I'm excited to make more videos like that. Just right now, I've not really seen any news. So whenever that starts coming out, I'm very excited for that, and that'll help ease up the long recording sessions. Dude, I do not care for this monkey round. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. I don't care for the monkey round. Screw that. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Ascension Revisited, always a good time. Let me know, I don't know, let me know anything. Just leave a comment. I love reading the comments. It's my favorite thing. But guys, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, all that fun stuff. And yeah, have a good night, everybody, and take it easy.